Hey y'all, and good now, whenever and wherever this finds you. It's Saturday night and there's a party next door, and I just wanted to get that on this recording because otherwise I was going to do a recording about Mark the Truth and what he does, and so I'll just keep working on that, and we'll have this forever recorded. What I'm saying is I think people are starting to have fun again. I mean, this is my next door neighbor. This is the world that I live in. I live in a world of joy and spontaneity and people having parties. So I hope that everyone can realize that we are moving to a place of joy and spontaneity. Oh well, I thought that I could wait until the party was died down, but I want to continue, and so join the party with me, and while it's in the background we can be talking about Mark the Truth. I found these videos. These videos are like the clothes I wear. I get clothes and I let them sit in the closet for a couple years, and when they go out of style, then I start to wear them. And this video is probably a couple years old, and now I'm bringing it out, and I think that it's very apropos for what we're doing now. And it starts out with a belief that I have about you slow down to go faster.
You sometimes have to slow down time. Sometimes our monkey brain is just have so many thoughts and ideas, and it's all beautiful and all for the highest good in creation. But even having so many different thoughts doesn't let us focus on one specific thing. And we know where we put our focus is that this is what is going to be with so much intention created. So today, the little practice meditation today is to just really be able to listen to our body and to just really try to just talk just from the heart, and let just the brain be just a tool of information, of inspiration, of also creation, but mainly to just drop into the heart and to just slow down the time and the speed. Because when we do that, we actually are faster.
That reminded me of so many things I've been talking about today. I had a conversation with Brian at American Union, and he's already talking about flashing ahead to more things to do. Then it also reminded me of the Copiosis, Perry Gruber.
Sure. So Copiosis is a bridging technology that allows society to transition smoothly from this system we have today.
Who teaches to stay positive. As we go along, we'll find more of us involved in this story.
But since I got on this journey, I just had this way of doing things where I just kept receiving different kind of inspiration for creating this new earth or this new world together. But then I very quickly realized that I'm not the only one who's receiving this information or these visions of how the world should look like. So for me, it was very clear, because I was always a team player. I grew up with sport and like team sport. And so for me, it was always clear, okay, it takes a team. It takes a family to make this happen. People who receive the same vision are on the same mission. With those I want to play. And I'm deciding for me, myself, that I'm playing only with people that are supporting each other. It's like if it can't, and if, kindness and love is I believe what brings us there.
This segment is absolutely beautiful. He talks about how we're all visionaries, which is what I've been talking about in the last few videos, about how my friends are creating an unconditional love as a reality for the universe. And so he's talking here about that very same thing, and I think of all my friends and wondering how we can support each other. My friendship circle is coming together in my mind, who's watching these videos, and that may be the place for me to start.
And sometimes, sometimes we do have to release certain things that are in us. And I'm encouraging for everyone who is listening to that recording that if you have a tough time, then and we sometimes have this thing that we have to go for everything by ourselves. But that's not true. That's not a team, right? If you're like on like in a game and you are playing and you are and you need help, right? Then you reach out to your team players so they can help you, so that everyone stays in that one vibrational enthusiastic to just keep moving forward. And there are like so many ancient indigenous tribes where if somebody's off, or if somebody gets even into a fist fight or gets violent, then they put them into the middle and they circle around and they just send the person love, right? So that's just how it works.
I have to agree with Mark on this. We can learn so much from the indigenous people, how they manage their societies and their cultures, and I just have a fantasy or a magical thinking that they were somehow attuned to their authentic self and operated in that way. That's what I've been talking about recently, so it's nice to see it affirmed here.
Because I believe we're not here to save the planet. The planet is totally fine. Everything that the planet is doing is a simple purge and a cleanse for people to wake up, get into their next level of awareness. So I see all of what the earth is doing as a blessing, and then just like a shaking for humanity to wake up. So what we can do, and the play that we can do, is being in joy in, I don't like the wording saving, but maybe I get help with that, but saving humanity in a way of like having really the understanding that we are still, and I know that goes maybe in another direction that we all expected, but we are still in a world war. The world war never ended, like with the Second World War. It just looks different. It is a spiritual war. It is non-physical. It is like beings in another dense energy, in another dimension. They are getting attracted to the light to bring it down, because the work that we do is real and is powerful, and we are here to change the game, and we are changing the game. And that's why it's so important to be unified as a tribe together, because it is freaking real, and we are changing the game, and it's beautiful.
Hey, I just realized I've cut my hair and combed my hair to look like a toupee. And I think that's hilarious. And it's got nothing to do with this video. But it's just what I was thinking, because we are at a party. You know what I mean. Back to Mark the Truth. I was tracking with this idea about what we're going through is a blessing, that the earth is just being shaken up. And it reminded me of Mark Waganon and his beliefs. I've talked to him about different dimensions and whatnot, and so then I got a little bit confused when he started talking about the war. I know that my friend Jesse would understand, because Jesse's read all the history about how we've been getting into this situation where we are basically, as Jimmy Dore says, we are the world terrorists. I mean, we have all this military and we're using it. So, I mean, that's a reality we don't talk about, but that's a reality, and I added in here just because it's what I'm thinking about.
Why I'm saying it, because I'm just in that situation where I'm so close and well connected to celebrities who've been promoting the vaccine, like hardcore. And I'm like, I don't even resonate with that, but it's totally fine. That's totally fine. I love them. It's like, and then I'm connected to the whole other party, like a lily to left and right, and I'm in the middle, right? I'm literally in the middle right now, and I can make phone calls to the left part, the right part, and it's like, how do I do it? It's like, should I even call those guys? It's like, for me, it's a whole story.
What a dilemma. The party's raging. They just got a new keg. I don't know how long that's going to go on, but it's getting wild over there. However, we're still talking here about the dilemma is being connected to both parties and knowing the elite on both sides and being able to call either one and yet finding not what to say to either.
But what I know is, as soon as we keep working and creating this sacred space where people come and to just fully can be themselves, it doesn't matter if they have a vaccine or not, or it doesn't matter if they are if they have a certain belief of a certain religion, or like are in it doesn't matter anymore. As soon as you are in a circle, in a ceremonial vibe, and you understand that we are all one being, we just make something different choices and different actions.
Well, they took the party inside, and it's much calmer now. And Mark is talking about his use of medicine and to create these sacred circles. And I think it's time for us to realize that that's the journey that Mark is on. Some of you know that the medicine he's talking about.
As children, we can forgive quickly, and I believe that's where we are at globally, to forgive each other, to forgive ourselves of not knowing better, of not remembering. It's a glitch in the game, the not remembering. And that's what we are doing every day. And to create a platform, an application, okay, that presents this health and wellness movement. And that's what I believe, that we have to be unified to say that we create this one movement. There are many movements going on, actually doing all the same thing, but we have to come unified because we are stronger.
This has a lot to do with the transition where we're forgiving the past and ourselves for not remembering it. And now that we remember it, we can accept it, own it, and release it. And I think that that's part of what's going on. So I love the part about forgiveness. Then when he starts talking about a movement of health and wellness, I have a friend that does that, and I hope she gets involved.
But we could have the best product in the world, but if people don't know about it, or they're not getting bridged to that product, to this beautiful platform, when the audience doesn't know about it, then it doesn't matter. You can have the best product ever. Then I was just focused. I had a branding and marketing agency in Austria before I came to America. So that was my background. I was just helping with branding and marketing. So then I was like, okay, let's create a new story. Branding and marketing is just creating a new story. Let's create a new story, a visual story, a blueprint of 4 days, how the new narrative looks like. How does the community look like who are staying in that vibration, who are singing together, dancing together, who are living, embodying the golden age? Because when we keep talking about it, we are not embodying. We have to be in circus and dance. You have to sing together, songs that everybody can sing and breathe together. And so for me, it makes the most sense from the esoteric perspective, from very grounding perspective, light body, love. I think .love is more international than .com.
Well, this segment was definitely for Brian. And these are your ideas. Like if nobody gets to see it, it doesn't go very far. And so I know that that's the experience that I'm having with Brian right now. And so I start to wonder, so how does the fasting and the medicine go together? And I would like to explore that. I don't have a good segue into this next segment, but he is talking about being holistic, and so I'll just leave it for you to figure this out for yourself.
Because we always talk about mind, body, spirit. I believe with the Merkaba, with the light body, it's body, spirit, and soul. There's it's a huge difference. I believe I'm really going into deep right now, because I'm taking this moment to just fully express my knowledge. I even believe that body, mind, spirit is taken from for example, the elite, okay, or there are people who are very smart on this planet. They're here to distract us of the true path. And how you do it, you take the truth and you switch it just a little bit. You tweak it a little bit so that it's so close to the truth that you get confused. Even in the flow of life or in many sacred geometries, the actual geometry, how it goes, it's a tiny little bit different. Even the infinity sign, it doesn't go exactly in the middle. It's actually a little bit more to the right, because it creates this harmonious flow. And the same as with for me, body, mind, and spirit in the astrology that we read. From the Mayan calendar and perspective, there are not 12 zodiac signs. There are 13. So it's like the whole chart is off, if you just know that. So there are just all this basic re-education that we want to put into this platform, to have a basic for people, not too much data.
I don't know if it was by intention or accident, but he sure hit a truth in the middle of a lot of esoteric metaphysical jargon, and talked about a lot of different teachings from the past. But the truth is that there are intelligent people that are here to distract us from the truth.
And it's because it's beyond. We can't plan what we don't know. It's like our job is just creating a safe and container for people to come and express themselves. And the schedule, I'm so open to change it, to twist it, to make it like the most beautiful ever. I'm so not attached to the dates, because I used to have hard times in pushing dates and times, and I'm not doing this anymore. I'm whenever, when and where we don't know, but I know it's going to happen. Maybe we know it tomorrow. Maybe we know it in an hour. I don't know. I simply don't know. And if somebody has a bad idea or has the suggestions like, hey, I have 50,000, I have a property for 100 people in Malibu, then I'm like, okay, great, let's do it there.
Well, this is an invitation for just recently, September 30th. I don't know, that's within a week. And I wonder how well it was attended or what happened. But anyway, I thought I would share that here. This next segment is about how you maintain the heart space when you reach it through medicine, and I'm very happy to have found these videos right now.
That you stay in that vibration, because a lot of time our system, when it drops into that space, it stays in that space, but then it goes away because your brain starts kicking in. And through that integration work that I will share some more, is how we just remain in the heart. Because it's always like, oh, what time is it? Where I am? Why I'm here? You know, it's like your brain always wants to understand it then, but then it's so important then to have facilitators, path advisors who's like, no, we are here now. The experience is not over. You are making the experience over by saying it's over. Because we have to be so aware. We have spells. Like everything we say, like is speaking it. And especially when you are in medicine, and you're like, oh, that was such an amazing experience. You already cut off your experience by saying just this.
So where's the segue between staying in your heart and realizing that you are a divine being receiving everything that you need, and we are in a world of bounty, and that all we are doing is we're just cutting off the experience by the things that we say, do, and believe.
Where we don't have to go to work to get something. You don't have to do something to get something. As a divine being, you receive everything is here already, right? Yeah, and I had a moment where I was almost about to choose the path of speaking truth and just going more like exposing, because I know what I know. But this creates resistance. Can be dangerous, just spread, like people get censored, or but you just like don't even care their agenda, child trafficking or not. Like, yes, it's terrible, but like reminding the people with the ceremony, I really believe very, very much in the work that the ceremony can bring.
So he moves here from the power of the medicine and how it changes us to then how we need to tell our leaders what we've learned and that we're making this up and that they need to get on board.
We don't have to worry about how it's going to look like because the technologies are there, the knowledge is there. It's just about deciding to flip it. And we have to remind the leaders, hey, do you remember we created this experience here? God is not outside of us. We created this experience here. We create reality. Now remember, let's come back. It's all good. Calm down. We can create a new story.
Well, just as it's getting exciting, up comes the question of what about it's illegal, and this is how it's handled.
How are you dealing with the legalities of, plant medicine?
Yeah, we're working with multiple Native American churches together that were established. So that's what gives us the protection.
Now, what is that again? I'm not familiar with that.
There are, for example, the Oklahoma tribe from they're in Joshua Tree. I'm, for example, a member there, and I'm I can hold medicine and serve. I've been also initiated by indigenous tribe in Sedona, Hopi tribe. So the tribes are recognizing me, and they know that I'm here for what I do. Even I don't know if a name called Phil Lane is common or known. Phil Lane, he's from Canada. He was working a lot with Unified together with a deal of bringing all these indigenous people together, and they have now a network of 80 million people, 80 million indigenous people who all believe in the prophecy of the white buffalo, and the condor meets the eagle meets the condor, and like the whole prophecy. And they're also behind us, right? So they know that the Rainbow Warrior, like us, whoever, are here now and are bridging the realities, and they are just ready to be plugged into this decentralized network. There was a timeline where it looked like holochain is going to be that, foundation of that technology. I still don't know. Maybe it will be. Maybe somebody else will do it. Maybe we will do it. Maybe it will intertwine. We don't know, but we know how it will look like, right? Like what the technology is, what we need, the decentralization. So we are protected through many, many different ways of serving medicine.
My friend Christopher is going to enjoy this last segment talking about decentralization, and that is the future. And then we move into a meditation for the ending, and he's introduced here by Denise Love from Awakened Dream Synergy. That's where basically I met Mark the Truth, and so it's a good appropriate ending for his part of the video.
Everyone, if you'd like to do a little quick ending meditation or gratitude, Mark, like 1 minute, 30 seconds,
sure.
Not too long at all. And then, okay.
Yeah. So let's drop back inside, close our eyes. And we give all our attention into gratitude. Smile to God, put a smile on your face. And go into a feeling of gratitude of, hey, we came together right now to express all these beautiful codes so that we have a big understanding of the bigger picture. And the gratitude for each one of the beings here being present and listening and participating with energy of attention. The gratitude of being alive, and please take it with you wherever you go. Smile to the next person you see. Express gratitude as often as you can. Send infinite blessings and love to each one of you. Oh.
Well, I love that, talking about gratitude and smiling. I know Jesse's going to enjoy that, and so I hope you enjoyed this, and I guess I'll see you down the road.